common things I ask about after class are things that can be done to strengthen or stretch the wrist. So I figured today that I would kind of do a short little thing about what, actually I do this in my own little warm up, whether I'm going to practice handstands or balances or just kind of work out, do anything at the gym. Kind of, I like to get the wrist mobile. So we'll kind of do a little bit of the stuff that I typically go through. A lot of it is, just the more time, repetition you spend kind of safely doing the motions, kind of start to build the endurance in the muscles and things like that, stop the wrist from hurting, but that comes with time. But in the meantime, there's a few things that I like to do to kind of, get myself warmed up. So to get going, let's get started in a downward dog. And just in the downward dog, just index fingers forward. Pressing that big knuckle into the mat. So think about that knuckle right there. This guy right here. Just press it into the mat. With the thumbs, directed into where they go when the index fingers forward. The inner part of the elbow, just directed towards the thumb. Now as you press the knuckles into the mat, fingertips can slightly grip a little bit. Good, maintain that. And just lift the hips back into a downward facing dog. Good, let's take an inhale here. And exhale. And here's this inhale into a plank. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Good. One more time, inhale into plank. The fingers are still gripping, still pressing the knuckle into the mat. Shoulder blades are pressing the earth away. Good. And downward facing dog. I said one more time. Let's do it one more time. Rock forward to plank. Press the knuckles into the mat. Press the mat away. Fingers can slightly grip. And good. And let's bring the hands down to the mat. And here, sit back and check out the wrist here for a second. Let's come to a quadruped position. Same thing, index finger pointing forward. Inner part of the elbow. And just, you see a lot of this all the time. It's a great exercise. Just rock forward and back. Side to side. As you do this, just keep awareness in the hands, They're not just passively hanging there. Knuckles press into the mat. Fingers are slightly gripping. Good. Now let's go back and forth again. Maybe some circles. And then put the fingers out. So they just rock back and forth. Forward and back. The wrists are highly mobile joints. And let's shake the fingers around. Facing towards you, just sitting back here a little bit. Good. Let's take another breath in. And out. Good. Now sit back on the heels, kind of in your Supta Vrasana position. And top of the hands on the mat, you can see. And then, you don't put a lot of weight into the wrist. Just sit here. You can maybe rock back and forth a little bit. Nice and easy. So you feel the stretch kind of in the top, the extensor part of our forearms. I like to make fists. And even play a little finger opposition here. So fingers and thumbs. Thumbs go to each finger and back. Good. Sit back. Shake it out a bit. And come up to the quadruped position. So you're going to work on just get a little strengthening of the wrists. So put the hands directly underneath the shoulders, index finger forward, inner part of the elbow. And in shoulder blades, we're not going to do a lot of work here, but just press them out. Sit nice and strong, and then I'm going to go do some knuckle push-ups. So 1, and down, 2, and down, 3, and down, 4. And so keep pressing the knuckles into the mat. If you need to come down after a few and take a little break, feel free to do that. I'm going to go up to 10. 9. And 10. Good. Now sit back, shake it out. Just a little bit of stretch again. Turn the palms down. Just sit back on the heels. It's a nice stretch of the finger flexors. come back. Quadruped position again. Similar thing, if you want to stay what we did before, knuckle push-ups, it's not when we go up to the fingertips. Maybe a little weight comes off of the hands. Again, we'll do the same thing. 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Just sit back and stretch it out. Just sitting back on your heels. Stretching out the finger flexors just a little bit more. Let's get back up to that quadruped position. See the index finger forward, intercrease the elbow directed towards the thumb. And you take the left hand, you sort of put it on top of the right hand, give yourself a little bit of pressure. It's a good little mobilization, just for these little bones, the carpal bones in the hand. If you want to know what they are, some lovers try positions that they can't handle. Look that up. Just press a little bit, kind of into that dome, the carpal bone, just rock back and forth, not hard, slowly. Now, kind of stabilize the hand, and just with the elbow, when I'm trying to rotate in and out, so I'll turn around so you can see a little bit of here. So from here, just kind of rotate in and out. This just helps mobilize the radius and the ulna. Radius and the ulna, the distal part of it anyway, kind of form part of the wrist joint. Good. Now, see the same thing on the other side. So, hand on top, just rock back for a little bit. Side to side. Not a lot of pressure, but just, it feels good. Sometimes I'm doing some little hand balancing, handstands or whatever, arm balancing. Like you might feel a little pinch in the palm. And sometimes right after that, I just do a little bit of move like this, and then it goes away. Same thing now, just twist the other way and out. And just go to where it feels good. There should never be any pain. I just want to just feel the movement. Good. All right. Let's come back. Let's come back, find a downward facing dog. Inhale, dog, fingertips forward. And exhale, the fingers can slightly grip. Good. Now rock forward into a plank. Then press back, downward facing dog. Rock forward to plank, press the mat away. Fingers can slightly grip. Maybe you just feel like you're pulling with the hands. And downward facing dog. One more time, pull yourself forward. Now keep the hands where they are. Bring the hips down to the mat. Let's take a nice upward facing dog. Hands can still press, but might feel good after leaning forward a little bit. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming back. Just do another little move position here. So here's might not be the most fun. So I have a couple options. I'm gonna turn around. I like to take the hand, just gonna put it palm up, and just put a little weight on my knee. From my knee and just rock back and forth again along those same carpal bones. Just kind of mobilizing from the other side. Depending on the weight, turn around again this way. You can kind of, right here, you can kind of rock down on the fingers. Now if you don't like the knee, you can always make a fist with the opposite hand. Kind of do a little bit of that, down the fingers. Just same thing on the other side. Knee a little bit. Pretty good, or just do the fist and the hand, and then the carpal bones down to the phalanges. Good. Hands come to the mat, downward facing dog. Fingers grip right out, rock forward into a plank. Press the mat away, rock forward, just keep your feet on the ground, just work on those here. Just a quick little Vashisthasana and down. Good. Inhale. And then again, rock over Vashisthasana here. Hands down, downward facing dog. Rock forward into that plank. And hand or knees can come to the mat. A little bit of forearm raise here. So take your hand. I'm going to put the top part of your forearm. So I turn around here again. Top part of your forearm on the mat. You just want to be able to take your knee. Just going to get it right there on top of the forearm. Kind of that meaty little, where all the bones or the tendons meet the muscle. And typically, really get a lot of massage here. So you're going to use your knee. Get that little bone on your knee. Just rock back and forth. Do whatever feels good. And again, option. Use the fist. You don't like this? You can play around, make some fists. You'll feel the muscles that are working. Good. And switch sides. For me, this massages the bottom of the wrist, the interior part of the wrist. The flexor muscles. Yeah, we do a lot of gripping with the mat. We can use our hands in this way, so those flexors. Good. All right. Hands back to the mat. Downward facing dog. Index finger pointing forward. Knuckles press into the mat. Fingers can slightly grip and then pull forward plank. And back. Downward facing dog. Keep the strength in the hands. Just working the hands here. Good. Pull forward plank. And back. One more little thing. Pull forward plank and then drop the heels over. Left side Vashisthasana. Plank. And right side Vashisthasana. Just a modified version. You want to use the knee, go for the knee. Hands down. Hands to the mat, downward facing dog. When you have the downward facing dog, maybe walk the feet a little bit forward. It's not much in the wrist that we're gonna do, but take a little work into the shoulders. Sometimes a little mobility in the shoulders can help take some stress off the wrist too. So these little dolphin push-ups. Try to bring the forearms to the mat. Up. Forearms to the mat. Up. 3. We have 10 there, so we'll do 10 here. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. Knees to the mat. Just sit down. Just bring the hands behind the mat. And just take a little squeeze the shoulders. Let's open up the chest a little bit. Gaze can go towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades can relax down. Hands come back to the mat. Downward facing dog. Inhale dog. The plank. And press the mat away. Inhale plank. Press the mat away. We're having inhale plank. Now keep pulling forward. Bring the hips back down to the mat. Arms are strong. Lift up. Good. If you want to keep the thighs off the mat into your upward facing dog, or if you just want to relax them down, take whatever little back bend feels good. With shoulder blades, squeeze them together a little bit. Keeping the arms strong. And just like we were at the beginning, try to rotate those elbows forward. Good. Come back. Sit back onto the heel again. Another little thing I like to do mobilize is just grab the wrist. Kind of almost 2 finger bones. You grab right in that wrist joint, just squeeze a little bit. You'll feel the bones kind of pull apart and just a little hand opening. Do around finger opposition again. And then switch. Good, some finger opposition. Good, shake it out. Now come on, one last little thing we're gonna do before we wrap up. In your quadruped position, come up to your fingertips. It's a good way to strengthen a little bit here. So if you can hold that, great. If you want to step the right foot back, step the left foot back into a fingertip plank. Take a few breaths here. You need to come down the knees. Feel free to come down the knees. You want to keep it a little bit longer, and then hands come to the mat. Sit back, shake it up. Hands, fingers facing the knees. Sit back, stretch out. Those flexors. It's a little different way of flex stretching. Good. Hands to the mat. Index finger forward, press the knuckle down, grip with the fingers, and then downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And exhale, good. Pull forward, plank position, and downward facing dog. Pull forward, plank position, downward facing dog. One more time here. Pull forward, plank position, and then rock over. Vasisthasana modified if you need to. And plank position. Roll over right side Vasisthasana. And plank position. Take an inhale. And then exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Good. One more inhale here. And then exhale, knees to the mat. Child's pose. So if you want to keep the arms long, knees wide, do that. If you feel like you want to take the arms down by the side, I always like this one after a practice. It always feels good. Kind of open up the shoulder blades a little bit more. Just feels good. If you still want to feel like you need to move the hands around just a little bit more, you can squeeze, make fists, do a little finger opposition again. Feel free. Stay hang out here a little bit longer if you want to rest a little bit in your child's pose. But if there's anything else that you think you might like to have a little video about, feel free